Alright guys, I'm gone today on a field trip with Science Club, but I'm going to have you do this lab without me because you're fully capable. But I want to go ahead and go through it with you so that way when you start reading the procedure it's not so scary. So what you guys are going to do today is you and your partner are going to make a baby, and this baby is going to be a Pegasus. And if you don't know what a Pegasus is, it's a flying horse. It's something made up. Each student is going to be a surrogate Pegasus parent. So each of you are going to have genes that you're going to contribute. The genetic codes are passed on to the baby, will be recorded on the pages. I'll show you. The surrogate parents must then decode the genes inherited by their bundle of joy to determine the phenotype. Remember phenotype? This is physical. Using the traits, the students will then create a baby of their picture. Okay, so first what we're going to do is you guys are going to get a baggie, and in this baggie there's going to be a set of popsicle sticks. This is what they look like, right? What you guys need to do first, see, and I already see something wrong with this bag, so I'm going to have to fix it before you guys get here, is every stick is doubled, right? So when you get your little baggies, you need to separate them. So one partner gets an orange stick, one partner gets an orange stick. This guy gets blue, this guy gets blue. There's a red, here's a red, here's a purple, here's a purple, here's a yellow, here's a green, here's a yellow, here's a green. This guy is missing one of these sticks, so you should have two natural looking sticks too. Alright, so now that we have our sticks, I'll just kind of put them down here. So I have one partner is going to have a set, another partner is going to have a set, and we'll find out where that guy went here in a little bit. So divide the colored sticks between the two partners, each person getting one of each color. So I just showed you that. To determine the genotype for each trait listed. And remember, a genotype, this is the combo of alleles, which are going to be the combinations of the letters. For each trait listed, each partner flips his or her colored popsicle stick of the same color in which a letter faces up, capital or lowercase. For each parent is the letter given to the baby. And then we're going to record each parent's allele in the chart. We're going to flip each stick for each letter. We're going to do that for all the letters. And then we're going to use a chart to figure out the phenotype of the gene. And then, after you do that, you get to draw your cute little Pegasus guy. So, let me show you what this chart looks like. Alright, this is your decoding chart. We'll come back to it. And then here is this chart. This is our baby Pegasus. So, what I would do is start with your green stick. If you look at your green stick, it has the letters on it. It starts with A. That would be the most common sense thing to do, is start with the letter A. So here's one partner. They have their stick. And then here's your other partner. So you guys are each going to hold your green stick in your hand. And then what you're going to do is you're going to toss it in the air. So here's this one. Alright, it landed like that. And then here's this one. He landed like that. So let's pretend this stick was mom. So my mom allele, she had a little a. Dad allele, he had a little a. And so the genotype would be little a, little a. Alright, do it again for B. So here's my, whoops, let's do it again. Here's my stick, there's little b. Oh no, here's my stick, there's two little b's. Alright, so mom allele, she had a little b. Dad, he had little b. So my genotype is little b, little b. Alright, do it again for C. There you go. There's C. There's C. Alright, this time mom got big C. So there's my capital. Dad got a little. So my genotype would be big C, little c. And then you just repeat that for all the letters. And so when you get down to the end of the green stick, you put them to the side. And then you grab your red sticks because those have F, G, H, I. And you're going to go all the way through your alphabet. Once you do that, so once you do all your alleles, you flip your stick each time, combine the genotypes. Now we got to figure out phenotype. Remember, if you have a big letter, it's dominant. If it's a little letter, it's recessive. And so now I just look at the chart on this side and I figure out, alright, well my genotype for A were two little letters. That means it's recessive. So if I look here, here's my letters. Here's dominant, here's recessive. Since I got the recessive gene, I have long legs. And so right here on my phenotype, I would write down long legs. Alright, little b, that's recessive. So I go over here, Here's my B genotype, dominant recessive. So my recessive gene would be no horn on the nose. Oh man, that's okay. No horn on nose. And then this one, since it's big and little, it's hetero. And hetero, we know, gives the dominant genotype because I have at least one big letter. So let's look here. Here's C. My dominant gene means I get 2 ears. Well, that looks normal for a horse. So 2. Oops, there you go. It's already written in a marker. 2 ears. And then you repeat for the rest of the letters. All right. Once you do that, right, so you go through all the letters, and then you'll figure out if it's a boy or a girl. You'll have that filled out. Then you can do one of two things. Here's what I would suggest, because, it's schoolwork, is once you do that, I would do my analysis questions. That way it's done. Sex your baby, you'll figure it out. How many different allele combinations? Okay, well, how many different ways can you combine your 2 letters, right? If you have a big and a little, well, how many ways can you combine those? And then this is just definition. What's the genotype? What's the phenotype? Mendel's first and second law. I want you guys to Google those, right? And see what you come up with. Don't worry, don't stress about it, but read it, and then with you and your partner, kind of try to figure out how you demonstrated those. We can go back through those when I get back on Friday. And then what showed up more, dominant or recessive, you're just going to tell me. I would really like you to explain. Oh, there you go. That's where that is. You have to tell why, right? So you're going to tell me, is there more dominant or recessive? Tell me why. It says dragon right here. Used to make dragons. Now we're going to do a Pegasus. So if you wanted your Pegasus to have a desired trait, what would you have to do? So if you are a Pegasus and you are a fire breather and you really want your baby to be a fire breather, then what would you have to do? What would you have to look for in a mate? And then the colored sticks, well, think about it, right? This is a stick that has a bunch of genes on it. Well, what do we call the structure inside our cells that holds our genes? Right? Big hint there. What do the individual letters on the sticks represent? Okay, we've talked about that, right? If you have a single letter, right, that codes for some form of a trait, what is it? And then what do you call it when you put the 2 letters together? So like if I get a big A and a big A, what do I call this? Like what do I call that combination? And then what do those letters together dictate? Dictate just means tell. So if I have this or this or this, what does that tell me? And then this goes back to sexual reproduction. Why are your egg and sperm haploid? And you have to remember what haploid means. All right, once you get done with analysis questions, again, I would suggest doing those first. Then you're going to use your awesome little thing right here. Right, so here's my Pegasus. It's just an outline of a horse. And you're going to go through all of these phenotypes, and you're going to use these traits, and you're going to make your horse. Like, so for example, this one said it had long legs. So let's see what that'll look like. There you go. Look, now he has super long legs. Oh no, there you go. He's running because he's super fast. There you go. See, he has super long legs. And then this guy, oh gosh, super long and perhaps broken leg. Oh gosh, that's really angular. Sorry, horsey. There you go. See, look, he has super long legs. And then I don't have a horn on the nose. All right, well, I can just kind of keep him. And he has 2 ears. All right, well, here's 1 ear, here's 2 ears. And then you would just do that for the rest of your traits. You can make it look as amazing as you want. If you don't like my outline and you are super artistic and you want to draw your own Pegasus, go for it. Not going to be upset as long as whenever I look through this chart that I see those traits. And obviously I'll be looking at the analysis questions too. Other than that, that's going to be your lab today. Probably going to be something after this for you to do. But, yeah, that's what your lab is for today. If you guys have questions, email me. Right? I'm on a field trip. I'm not dying. So if you have a question, email me. As long as I have service, I will respond back to you. Other than that, be super good for the sub. I know you will be because you guys are an amazing class. And I will see you on Friday.